I will tell people that Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. And people will just express confusion. Why Thanksgiving? What's wrong with Christmas? Nothing. Thanksgiving is special to me purely for the tradition. The tradition of spending time with family and grandparents. We watch the parade, eat the meal, and then Friday or Saturday we'll go see a train show in Huntington, West Virginia. I've always loved trains as a kid. I grew up watching Tom's the Tank Engine. I got my first electric model train when I was about 3 years old. I got my first model train table at 12. And going to this model train show every year is what keeps that train-loving spirit inside me alive. I always get inspired by the tiny world and what the model railroaders have created, and I always love seeing these really long model trains run through bridges and tunnels. I always referred to it as the train show, but what it really is a show set up by the Appalachian Railroad Society. You go there are vendors, there are tables, there are books. Some years they have Santa there. For me, it's all about just watching the trains go by. And imagining the life of the little characters on these displays. I even wrote a story, or attempted to start a comic about the life of a plastic figurine that lives in a train show. The train show in the story being heavily inspired by this one that I always go to. Tiny Plastic Tracks is what it was called. I've shown the character Lax Jr. on the channel before. He's this brave kid who goes out and adventures to other tables in this vast train show world to stop a super criminal that's destroying displays and other figurines. I hope I can put that story out there because it's based off of one of my most favorite yearly traditions. Someday, I hope that I can make use of the vendors and really evolve my train table. It's just sitting and collecting dust and other crap on top of it. I've always had this dream of displaying my train table at the show at least once or twice, but it needs some restoration work and a proper scene built onto it. I don't really have any notable stories from going to the train show other than just going, watching the trains. But last year, my dad had this interesting moment where he tried to buy this little model engine. Tell the story of how you got that.
So this is an engine from the DT&I Railroad. The DT&I Railroad was founded by Henry Ford of the Ford Motor Company fame because he wanted to have his own freight transportation system for steel and goods from the Ohio River up to Detroit. Detroit, Toledo, and Ironton, DT&I. I saw this at the train show for sale, and I asked the person selling it what they wanted for it. It's interesting to me because I'm from Ironton, that's my hometown. He said, I think he was asking $80 for it. I said, okay, let's see it run. I noticed that there was a slot here with a missing lever, which made me think it was not totally operational. So he put it on the track and it went nowhere. It was unoperational. You can actually see now up in the middle here, it's missing any kind of motor. So it was not functional. He was selling it as if it was functional, and he didn't bother to check it himself. So as we negotiated, he went to some other train table and tried on that train table. It didn't run. He looked at it and he couldn't figure out why it didn't run. So I said, okay, I'll give you 20 for it. And he gave it to me for 20. I didn't really care that it doesn't run. It just, for me, it's interesting as a possession in a shelf piece.
And they said, like, the guy who got it got scammed himself. Like, he didn't know it was broken.
Yeah, he paid more than what I had offered him for it, but he knew he couldn't sell it broken. So he got ripped off by the person he bought it from. Or he just didn't do his due diligence and asked to see it run. It's definitely missing a big motor and a big piece. So, yeah. There's an old saying by P.T. Barnum, sucker and his money are soon parted.
Trains have had a huge impact in my life. I never know why I love them so much, but I'm certain the reasoning lies honestly in just the fact that I'm not the only one who really likes trains. People from all over come together and put together these amazing displays. And it shows that trains aren't just a mode of transportation. It's a whole community.